Welcome back, Love and Life After 60. If you not subscribe my, then subscribe my. They claim that age is just a number, but around the age of 75, that number begins to speak in whispers that are only audible to the soul. The truth is that life after 75 isn't just about watching the world pass by. It's about finally seeing the world with clearer eyes, stripped of illusion, pride, and noise. However, this part of life, this sacred chapter, doesn't come with a manual, and no one really prepares us for it. You don't hear about the moment. Most people believe that life slows down after 75, becoming quieter, duller, and less meaningful. But no one tells you that it also becomes deeper, more reflective, and occasionally more emotionally intense than ever before. When a once familiar face in the mirror becomes someone you pause to recognize, or the time when your body, though still yours, begins to feel like it's asking you to slow down, to pay attention, to be gentle. No one tells you that you may find yourself awake at 2 a.m., not because of aches and pains, but because your heart is busy, remembering people, places, moments, some of them long gone, some of them never said aloud. That's the kind of truth that lives in the quiet hours after 75. It's not talked about, but it's felt deeply. What no one tells you about life. After 75 is how deeply you start to value small things. A warm cup of tea, the sound of birds in the morning, the smile of a grandchild, the unexpected phone call from an old friend. These moments, once background noise in the busyness of life, become treasures. You no longer chase after the big things. You begin to see that the big things were always hidden in the small ones. But there's another truth, one that doesn't feel as gentle. It's the growing presence of loss. Friends who once laughed beside you are no longer around. The phone rings less often, holidays feel a little emptier. No one tells you that after 75, grief becomes a companion. Not always loud, not always crushing, but they're like a shadow sitting quietly beside you as you sip your coffee or stare out the window. And yet with that grief comes an unexpected clarity. You begin to separate what truly matters from what never did. Pride, possessions, and opinions lose their power. What matters is connection. What matters is kindness. What matters is being remembered not for how busy you were, but for how deeply you loved. There's a strange and beautiful shift that happens in your 70s. You begin to look backward more than forward. Yes, but it's not out of regret, it's out of reverence. You hold your memories like old photographs, some blurry, some bright, but all sacred. You start to wish you had said more kind words when you had the chance. You remember the moments when silence should have been broken by, "I love you, I'm sorry," or "I forgive you." That kind of realization comes not with bitterness, but with a quiet hope that it's not too late, that the heart, even at 75, still has something to give. And here's something else no one tells you. After 75, your wisdom becomes more powerful than ever. You may no longer be the loudest voice in the room, but your words carry weight. You've seen wars and peace, love and heartbreak, victory and failure. You've lived through seasons others have only read about, and in your silence, in your calmness, there is strength. You are not invisible. You are not irrelevant. You are a library of stories, a living, breathing reminder of what it means to endure. There is beauty in this chapter, beauty that is often hidden behind wrinkles and white hair. But it's there. It's in the courage to get up every morning when your body says no. It's in the grace you show to younger generations, even when they don't understand you. It's in the laughter you still share despite the aches, the medications, the appointments. No one tells you that joy doesn't retire. It evolves. The truth is, life after 75 is not about endings. It's about becoming. It's about becoming someone who finally lets go of the mask, someone who isn't afraid to say, "I don't know I was wrong," or "that really hurt." There is a strength in vulnerability that only age can teach, and it's in that strength that healing begins. People often say that after 75, life becomes lonely, but loneliness has more than one face. Sometimes it's about missing people, sometimes it's about not feeling seen, but sometimes it's also about missing the version of you that existed in another time. The young you, the ambitious you, the mother, the father, the worker, the dreamer. That part of you still lives inside, it hasn't gone. It whispers in your memories, in old songs, in the smell of rain, in the softness of an old sweater. And when you really pause to listen, life after 75 speaks. It speaks softly but clearly. It says you're still here. You still matter. You are still becoming one of the most powerful truths. After 75 this time is no longer to be spent. It is to be cherished. You stop planning too far ahead, not because you're giving up, but because you're finally living in the moment. You understand the value of today, not as a stepping stone to tomorrow, but as the destination itself. After 75 conversations mean more silence, becomes more comfortable. You find joy in being rather than doing, and you stop apologizing for needing rest, for choosing peace, for saying no. You start to honor your energy. You become more selective with your time, and rightly so. You've earned that. Right, you don't chase people or prove yourself anymore. You begin to walk away from things that disturb your peace, and that is a power many only dream of. Let's also not ignore the spiritual awakening that often deepens after 75. Whether it's through faith, nature, or quiet reflection, many seniors find a sense of peace that doesn't need explanation. You become more aware of the divine in everyday things, a sunset, a kind word, the touch of a hand. You begin to see that life isn't about control, it's about surrender, and in that surrender, there is immense freedom. You may not move as fast anymore, but you move with meaning. Every step, every gesture, every word carries the weight of experience. And the world needs that. Younger generations need it. Your family needs it. Even if they don't always say it, they look to you. They learn from how you handle your days. Your silence, your strength. Never underestimate your presence. You are a guide even when you don't speak a word. So if you're 75 or beyond, or if you're caring for someone who is, know this, you are not fading. You are illuminating a path for others to follow. Your light may be softer now, but it glows with wisdom, love, and resilience. Before we close, if this message has touched your heart, we invite you to be part of the Senior Journey family. Please subscribe, like, and leave a comment below to share your own thoughts or memories. You never know who your words might comfort or inspire. Thank you for spending this time with us. Remember,